What's up, everyone? It's your boy BusyBlu, and I am back to give you a recap on, I don't even know what we just watched, truly. BS, I guess we'll just go into it. Big Brother Season 19, Episode 25. It basically was, us reminiscing flashbacks of what has happened with the people that we actually like and care about in the house. As much as it was an episode that it really didn't do anything for anyone, it also did highlight and make sure that it reminded me of the reasons why I don't like certain characters. It starts off with it actually starts off with Mark, being sad that he can't give Elena he couldn't give Elena the power of veto and that she had to go. He really likes her, he's ready. And then it goes into Paul in his confessional. Finally, it took so long and now we were able to get him out. The person I hate, and I don't understand why I haven't been nominated yet. But hey, I'll take it. You understand. Well, you understand why you haven't been nominated yet, because you have all these people under your spell. And he knows that he has them under his spell. What made me upset is that he's trying to go into this confessional. You know what? Shout out to, as much as I don't want to, shout out to Rob Has a Podcast. Just was on Rob Had a Podcast. Rob Has a Podcast yesterday. And if you haven't watched it, go and watch it. You don't really get to see her because I don't know if her camera broke or she started making dinner. Somebody came and but her camera went out. Yo, say if y'all haven't watched that, towards the end of it, I guess she was like, yo, this camera not gonna work. And then she got so unprofessional. Let's how she just started making dinner. Like, they can't see me. You want pasta? That's really what it sounded like was happening. But anyway, on it, she was saying how Paul does that thing where he's like, I'm not sure what's going on, da 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 da. And that's kind of what he was doing his confessional. I'm not sure why these people haven't nominated. Don't act like you dumb. You don't play this game before. This is your second time. Anyway, y'all, and I had to write this down. Where Raven accent come from? Do that. Am I the only one who be saying that her accent be going in and out? It go in and out. Today she was like, hey, y'all, I can't believe y'all is just so country. But when she was cursing out Jessica, you know what I'm saying? All of that. Oh, it was on. It was popping. There was no accent in sight. Now today, thank you so much. And the cable. Where does accent come from, Raven? Yo, I really can't wait for her to get out of the Big Brother house so that she can see the Raven explode. I promise you, I would pay top dollar to be there in person when she is able to see the Raven Exposed Party hashtag and what her face is going to be. And the thing is, I don't think she's going to be looking at it and she's going to be sad like, oh my gosh, I can't believe all these people are saying stuff like that to me. It's going to be so much more so like, I can't believe they let this get out to my mom to make sure that all those videos is done. I think she's going to turn into like a Corella DeVille or somebody like that. She's going to get real evil and gutter and ready to cuss everybody out. Anyway, Maven talking about showmances and why they're not getting out showmances. Alex and Jason talk about, we sent Elena home. Now we're trying to make sure that the showmances get out. My thing is, showmances you need to get showmances out if they have an alliance with all of the other showmances, one, and then two, if they are a threat to your game. Matt and Raven aren't a threat to anyone's game, and Elena and Mark really aren't a threat to anyone's game because they flip-flop back and forth throughout the house. I don't understand why they so focused on showmances when they're barely here. I'm going to leave that alone. Jason, Paul, and Josh, they're in the bathroom. They're talking about something, we can't wait to get Mark out. We need to get him out, this and that. Why, though? Why, though? But I digress. This is where I get annoyed. Because, and again, I talk about this in a lot of my videos. I'm not the hardest person in the street. One of the things that everybody will say and know about me is that I got a mouth. And I'm going to tell you how I feel, and I'm going to tell you what's good. And it don't matter who you are, where you are, whatever. And it's never going to stop. And I grew up in the hood. And everybody know my mouth. Yo, you don't go again. And I'm not going to sit here and try. If you want to go, we going to go. And because I'm a wordsmith, as much as it may not seem like it. Because I'm a wordsmith and I love English and I love talking, it's easy for me to pull out and read and whatever what somebody is saying or how they saying it in their tone. Everything about diction, tone, you know, voice, message, I can put it out real easy. And what you won't do is sun me. Look it up on Urban Dictionary if y'all understand what that means. But Paul comes out here and now he's where he, you know, that was a very interesting speech that Jason made. So now I have to go in there and ask questions. So we go in. Mark, you know, Wreck-It Ralph, he's sitting down, he eating. Paul comes in. Okay, so what was the big movie you were going to make? So Mark looking at Jason. Now, Jason, if y'all remember from yesterday's episode, he can't handle the heat. He really can't handle the heat. He was so flustered by being in power, he didn't know what to do. He was near tears. You know what I'm saying? He can't handle the heat. So Jason one of those people who, when he's confronted or something happens, either he gonna combust and start to yell and attack or whatever, or he gonna shut down and do whatever he need to do or whatever. So they went to the flashback of Jason and Wreck-It Ralph talking, and they both talking about the big move they need to make. Jason so much so said that, yo, we need to make sure that it's the right time to do it, right? So he was in the conversation. So Mark looking at him like, yo, well, what was the conversation? Ask him, what was the conversation? No, you said you were going to be able to make a big move. What was the big move? So as, I don't understand why I'm the big move, you know, So Mark was like, yo, you were throwing my name out there too. Well, who did I throw your name out to? This is and you know, and I tell other people to do this too, and Paul has it down pat. If you want someone to lose a fight and you really don't have nothing to say in it, just ask questions. Just ask those questions. You keep asking questions back and back because everything they say, just ask questions. It's like when kids say why you get frustrated and you give up. But why? But why? But why? But why? And you have nothing else to say, you're done. That's how Paul do. That's somebody who really don't have anything to say. You can peep that. I'm giving y'all English lessons right now. I'm telling y'all. You can peep it. Well, who did I say it to? I was like, yo, I can't remember. I don't think Wreck-It Ralph couldn't remember. What I think was that Wreck-It Ralph was like, yo, Jason just sat here and said he ain't say nothing in my face. Do you think that I can bring up anybody else's name without being attacked? And at this point, he was like, look, I don't remember. Yeah, that's because you have no one. I have done nothing but not attack you in this game. I've run HOH twice and you never went up. Bruh, it's clear and evident. Everybody knows it. And this is what my problem is. Everybody's sitting around and allowing Paul to say some stuff like this. But it's clear. It's clear that Paul's attacking these people in that pecking order he talked about. Yeah, he want to sit here. Have I attacked you though? I've never attacked you. What are you talking about? But when? When did I say that stuff? How did I say it? Mark he gave up. He's like, look, it don't matter what I say to you. It's just, it's not going to be good enough. Yeah, because you're lying. Christmas, she want to chime her one-legged, oh. Yeah, but what is it, girl, if you don't shut up, nobody talking to you. Yo, it just frustrates me when other people get in. You know, Josh tried to come in and Paul was like, you know, be quiet, please. Shh. Go fetch. You know, stopped him. But at this point, everyone's denying having any part of making sure he gets out. Yet, flashback 2 minutes ago, Paul was just in the bathroom with Jason and Josh saying, can't wait to get Mark out. Oh, but, well, who did I say that to? Well, tell me who it said to. Well, what did I? Just because I don't got the facts and I don't got the names don't mean you didn't do it. Don't look here and sit here and act like, oh, I'm confused or I'm making up stuff. Paul couldn't be in the house with me. Because I called BS real quick. You ain't going to sit here and talk. The problem was, Mark, he got so, you know, flustered with, he knows everybody's not going to be on his side. He knows that the only thing Paul's going to do is continue to jump. He's going to continue to yell. He's going to continue to, you know, talk over. And these people are going to look on to see what Paul's doing. You know, I might as well just apologize. I need to say, well, I'm sorry. No, what you need to do is say, ain't none of these people going to say the truth. No one is going to say the truth. And since no one is going to say the truth, let me tell you what I'm going to do. That's how you really do it. You can apologize. Let's make it right. You know what? You know, I'm going to be quiet. And you know why I'm going to be quiet? Because they going to lie. Jason's going to lie about saying that we need the right time. Paul and, Josh and Jason are going to sit here and lie and make it seem like you never said anything. There's no reason for me to sit here and defend myself against you when you know that everyone's going to back you. You already have the backing. This scene doesn't even matter right now that you're making. I don't understand. Because what scene am I making? I'm sure you can figure it out. Yo, don't take me to school. And I feel like that's what he's trying to do to Mark. What did I do? What did I say? Who did I say it to? You know who said it, you said it to. Come to me with this. That just made me, it just made me upset, you know. And the problem is Mark's saying here he's trying to trust people who you truly just need to leave alone. After that, I mean, that was the only really good part of the episode. After that, Derek walks in. Derek from Big Brother 16. He was the winner. I was watching this with a friend of mine. I think I'm going to put the video in the beginning of this video, but if not, a friend of mine, we were watching it together. I was just talking about how great it was to watch. Unlike Paul, who was also controlling the house like Cody, I mean, not Cody, Derek was, you know, there's actually, there were power shifts, and Derek had all of this happening without being in it. So much so that people were going to groups, were going against each other, not a group pecking one and one off. And it was just great to watch him play the game. But no, it was crazy. Then I gave this boy confessionals. He said, "Now it's great to be in the Big Brother house." I was like, what? Then he comes in, everybody's excited to see him. I mean, I really didn't want to hear Josh talk about his excitement to see him, but whatever. Then they start doing flashbacks of everything that was happening. They started with the pots and pans that Josh can no longer use. I didn't realize at that time Josh calling people a crybaby. He called Mark a crybaby. And I'm gonna, just a bit of time. I'm going to say I understand Mark. Mark just has muscles. That's it. And, you know, they talked about Mark's, you know, background and upbringing and all this stuff. He was a fat kid who got bullied all his life. And then that's when he started to work out. And whether you're from the hood or whether you've been bullied or anything like that, there's two ways that you can take it. Either you can turn the other cheek. Well, I guess there's three ways. Because you can turn the other cheek, bigger person, be like, you know, I'm not going to deal with it and walk away. Either you can cry and, you know, try to fix yourself, you know, internally. Or you can buck up and be like, yo, this ain't going to happen. You know, when you grow up in the hood, some people call it joning. But, you know, you got to get quick mouth. You got to be ready to come with a comeback. Because the people will always come with you. And it gives you a thicker skin. Because ain't nobody going to disrespect me. And that's just going to be it. But I think that Mark, he cried and he just dealt with it internally. And since that's the way that he dealt with it, now that's the way he does things. But since he bulked up, he don't have those issues like that anymore because people aren't attacking him like they used to. Because back then they attacked him when he was fat. Now he ain't fat. Now he's swole. And people ain't saying as much stuff, so he don't have to deal with as much conflict. That doesn't mean though that crybaby hasn't left. I'm saying that to say also though, Josh can't call. Josh will bark and bark and bark, then cry. You can't call nobody a crybaby. You went down there and yelled at Jessica and Cody. As soon as that was over, you went upstairs and cried because they called you back. Why you crying, boo boo? You a crybaby. You got your thing off at Amazon. You need to return it. Who the fuck? What mama, sister, cousin you got gave you those read? Moving on from there, they talk about Ramses. I didn't know, man, Ramses was man crushing like this in the house. They didn't give him that type of edit. I mean, really, they barely gave Ramses an edit. But, you know how Frankie had that edit? Him and Zach had that edit. Who else had the edit? I'm trying to remember all the gay people that they had announced. LGBT, Q, individuals, and I can't remember. But it didn't seem like Ramses had the edit. So it was interesting to see that this was happening, that homophobia wasn't as bad as they're making it seem. Now, again, Cody wasn't in any of these rooms. I don't know. Again, I don't think Cody is homophobic. I think that he's ignorant. But it was great to see that, you know, homophobia wasn't something that was rampant throughout the house. And they didn't treat him any differently than anybody else. So clearly progress is being made. But again, these two people are from very liberal areas. He's from Alexandria. Well, Matt's from Alexandria, and then Cody, he's from New York, Buffalo, New York. So those are like pretty liberal areas. After that, we go into friendships over showmances or sometimes romances. It seems like Jason and Alex, they have like a brother-sister relationship. Alex is just like a very annoying sister, and they showcase that. Then we get up to Mark and Elena. That was a breakup to make up. I like you, I don't like you. It was just really bad, and it made me feel bad because Elena tried to make it seem like I'm ready for whatever the Lord, you know, gives me, the Lord, whatever the Lord is gonna. Girls, you don't like him. And that's alright. That's okay to say you don't like him. Well, I'm open to whatever the Lord has for me if you don't sit down and pray. And when she becomes so religious? She wasn't doing all this in the house. She's so worried about the Lord, but she's not keeping the face that the Lord gave her. I don't care what nobody says. She done got surgery. She been picked and prodded. Poked and prodded. But whatever the Lord gives her is fine. Moving on from that, it really wasn't, then we got to Matt eating cereal. One thing that y'all learn about me, I mean, think y'all won't learn about me because I'm not going to talk about it as much. I have misophonia. Now, misophonia is the hatred of like different sounds. And specifically, anyone eating cereal, I can't do it. I cannot do it. I had to turn the TV on mute. And then even then, I was thinking to myself, I just know it was a lot going on. Think about people eating cereal. There's slurping, there's crunch, all of that. People's banging the spoons, and they're drinking. It's so, I can't live. Yeah, I cannot live. It's annoying. I can't do it. And so I had to mute the TV during that time. I'm getting frustrated just thinking about it. I had to mute the TV at that time. Oh, they also did a Jody segment, but as much as I love them, it wasn't nothing to talk about. They talked about Jessica and the Hyman. This is a kid-friendly show, so I'm not gonna go into that. But she meant the Heisman. They did the pickle juice incident with Mark. Again, at that point, it made me side-eye Mark, but then it also just infuriated again me and Josh. They talk about Alex scaring people. At this point, I was like, clearly, we ain't here for nothing. Clearly, we ain't here for nothing. And then we go into Derek hosting the HOH competition. Christmas says that they won't see this coming. Yeah, it's only a memory com. He said it was a memory com, but you gotta do is go into the past. Spoiler. If you don't want to know who wins HOH, please turn it off right now. Please turn this video off right now. I don't got no spoiler music like Rob has a podcast. So if you don't want to know. Truly, I don't really know if this is true, but I'm just telling you what I heard. Reddit has said that Christmas actually won HOH. Which, and Reddit is normally a reliable source, so I'm assuming that she really did win. But it's also frustrating me because it's like, why is she here? Nobody else wondering why she here? Why is she here? This is going to be an interesting week. Because remember when Christmas, when Josh was HOH, don't listen to Papa, don't let him tell you what to do, I think she's going to be able to do the same thing. Mark going home. If he don't win this, she's going to do what Mark's and what she's going to do what Paul says to do. All in all, it was a waste of an episode. I'm already starting getting dressed to go out. Let me know your thoughts. Was anybody else as bored as I was? This is BusyBlu. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Share and let me know. Share it to all your friends and family and everybody you know. Until Sunday, because they taking up all our days. I'll see you later.